welcome.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the viewers as well.
Thank you so much. Look, Paseka, there's been a recent panic and uncertainty over the recent SASSA's ability to administer the social grants. Some grant recipients had encountered problems, be it that they couldn't use the current card that they have, or they didn't even have pay points. The post offices were not operational in their areas. Have all these issues been ironed out?
No, look, Alicia, I think we must first apologize to the beneficiaries and to the South Africans in general for the glitches which took place 2 weeks ago.
What caused the glitches, maybe, Paseka?
Look, Alicia, I think last month we paid about 250,000 beneficiaries, and this month it went up to about just under the million, I think around 970 and so on. And I think, unfortunately, when we picked up this thing, all beneficiaries wanted to get their money, and it clogged the system. However, that's not supposed to, it's not even an excuse.
So was it an issue of the transferring from CPS to the post office? Is that where the glitches
They were moving from white card to the gold card.
Okay.
And unfortunately, but what we did was to meet all the role players. Like we met with the Reserve Bank, the Payment Association of South Africa, Post Office and SASSA to say exactly where is the problem. And I think once the problem was identified, the IT guys from both SASSA and SAPO got together and made sure that people get their pay. Look, we can safely say we are performing at 98% now. We should be performing at 100%, because you can't say if it's one beneficiary who's not been paid, it's fine. One beneficiary, it's
one too many.
Exactly.
Paseka, these people need this money. All right, so now let's talk about these allegations that CPS was actually the ones that were trying to disrupt the process of the transfers.
Look, Alicia, this matter is going to court because we have picked up a situation where during the pay days or pay points, or people are being called to come to a particular point on a disguise that it's a SASSA meeting. And people are being told that they must not get the new SASSA gold card. They must get another card with another color. But we have gathered evidence, our agents have gathered evidence to this effect, hence we are taking a legal step against those particular practices.
Paseka, you know, I think I spoke to you on another platform about this, and you were saying that you were going to announce to the beneficiaries how the changeover of cards, and that they were still able to use the old cards. What is the current situation now? Have all the cards, the old SASSA cards, been moved out? And what's happening with the new cards? What is the right card? Is it the gold card? And if you still have the old SASSA card, can you still get paid with that?
You will. Remember, they can use this card until the end of September.
So why then are we getting complaints that people were saying that they went to the post office and the post office said no, but you need to bring your new card?
Look, beneficiaries have until the end of September to change the cards.
That's what I thought, yeah.
And I think there might have been some misinformation be given to our beneficiaries, and which is not supposed to be.
By whom though, Paseka?
Look, Alicia, I think there are many competing interests on this thing. You can imagine that if you have been doing something for a particular time, if it gets taken away from you, you would bound to have these particular problems. But we don't want to apportion blame now to anybody until we have concrete evidence in terms of what is happening. And I'm 100% sure that very soon we'll understand what is happening. We'll have that particular evidence.
All right. I mean, let's continue with that the cards issue, because it is a very big one, Paseka. I mean, this is where the unscrupulous transfers actually take advantage of the unsuspecting beneficiaries. I mean, we've heard about stories about electricity debits and loans and airtime and so forth. How are you making sure that this new card and this new system is proof of that?
This is what we want to tell beneficiaries. You know, with these problems which happened for the past 2 weeks, we know that these are teething problems. However, one of the benefits of the new gold card is to address those particular issues. One, beneficiaries can withdraw the statement once a month free of charge. Two, they can make transactions 3 times a month free of charge. But what is very much important at the heart of this is that only 10% of the grant can be deducted, especially for the funeral cover. You can't have a person saying, I don't have a cell phone, but 100 rand is gone. I mean, you know that we've been saying this thing time and time and again.
Absolutely,
but the benefit of this new card, the long benefits of it, is to make sure that we stop people who are abusing our beneficiaries.
You know, you said something else earlier on, Paseka. You said there's people calling SASSA meetings under the guise of SASSA, but how are you dealing with that problem? Because it is a huge issue. You hear hear people saying we got paid at a certain school, and SASSA wasn't even aware of that. That is where the corruption begins. How are you dealing with that?
Yeah, what we have done, we have said people must gather evidence, because sometimes people do wrong things, and they say they don't know anything about it. But these are some of the things which are going to court. So I don't want to talk about them too much here. But we are saying that we have gathered evidence. We know, for an example, that there was a meeting called in Hammanskraal at the guise of SASSA, only to find out this is not actually a SASSA meeting. It's people who are being told that, no, don't use a SASSA card, you don't have to apply, you can come and get your money from here, So we have gathered evidence, but we are saying sometimes it can be suicidal for us to talk about it here. When the matter, we know that we are taking it to court.
All right. And then as it stands, where can people get more relevant information, beneficiaries at this point, to talk to you directly, to say, listen, I'm not feeling good about this offer. Somebody said we must go and change cards and so forth. Where can they engage with you directly?
Look, we are engaging on a beneficiary education. Starting from this weekend, we'll be going in most places, because we must go to the beneficiaries. We'll be calling beneficiaries because we need to ensure that we engage with them. The minister tomorrow will be in Klerksdorp. There are certain things that she's going to do to interact with the beneficiaries, and I think it's the starting of the campaign to make sure that we interact with the beneficiaries and so on. We are also using this platform of SABC. We are also going to use other various platforms. The minister met with the traditional leaders. The minister met with Santago. The minister 2 days ago met with Nehau, because the intention is to make sure that the information gets to where it's supposed to go. So
come end of the month, people will receive their grants. There won't be any glitches.
People will receive their grant. Look, Alicia, I think we sincerely apologize. It's not supposed to happen.
Have you set up a toll-free line maybe for these problems that you've mentioned, Paseka, so that people can alert you should they suspect any dubious practices?
There's a number which is 0800 60 10 11. That's the number which beneficiaries can call if they want to make a follow. 60 10 11. Paseka,
thank you so much. I hope that we can attest to these facts later on this month when people are crying about their social grants. We are going to send them straight to 0800 60 10 11. That number again, 0800 60 10 11. If you have any issues pertaining to SASSA, that is SASSA spokesperson Mr. Paseka Letsatsi in studio with us and giving us some clarification on the SASSA grants debacle.